We are now on the next worksheet of the week 1 workbook. Here is your first task. Follow the instructional video to create a message box that says Hello World. So let's open up our Visual Basic development environment. This is done by clicking the Visual Basic icon in the Developer tab. I already have mine open. In the development environment, take some time to explore this left pane over here. We can attach our VBA program to a specific sheet or to the workbook as a whole. The relevance of this will be more important as we go along. However, for now, if we attach our Visual Basic program to a specific sheet, it will run on that sheet. If we attach it to the workbook as a whole, it will run on whatever sheet is active at the time. So I'm going to attach our first program to this Sheet 2 message box. I've double clicked on it, and now we have a blank page. Firstly, there are two types of VBA programs. There is a subroutine and there is a function. We will be writing a subroutine, and you will understand the difference between a subroutine and a function as we go along. In the first few weeks, we will only be writing subroutines. A subroutine always starts with sub. So the word sub. Now we need a name for our subroutine. I'm going to choose the name Hello. The name that we call our program can be anything we like. It's a name that we choose. I have chosen the name Hello because it describes what our program will do. I will now press enter. You can see that the development environment has filled in some code for us. A subroutine will always start with sub, then the name of the program, and then open and closed brackets. A subroutine will always end with end sub. So always sub, end sub. Now let's write the body of our program. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to press the tab key. So this brings the cursor a little bit to the right, and I will explain the significance of this later. I've typed the program, and I will go to a new line now. You can see that some of the words are blue. A word that the development environment changes to blue means that this word has some special meaning to VBA. It's not just a word like Hello World. It's something with special meaning. For example, sub. The program must start with sub. Or end sub. The program must end with end sub. It's a thing that every program must have. And in this case, that's why it's been highlighted in blue. Now we're going to run our program. To do this, up here you will see a play button, a pause button, and a stop button, just like on a VCR. So this is to play the program, this is to stop the program, and we're not going to use pause at this stage. So I'm going to press play. I'm straight away taken back to the worksheet, and I can see this is a message box. I click OK, and the program has finished. So let's go through this line by line. This line is the start of the program. This line says, okay, display a message box, and this is the text that will be inside the message box. You will notice that hello world is inside quotation marks. Quotation marks tell VBA that this is a word that is understandable to humans. This is a string of text. Quotation marks tell VBA that this is text which is understandable to humans. VBA should not try to understand what is inside the quotation marks. It should just display it. We go to the next line, and this is the end of the program. You will notice that the actual line of the program has been indented. While it is possible to run your program like this, it is much better to have your code indented, because now you can tell that this code is inside this sub and end sub. Now, it doesn't make much difference when you're writing a small program such as Hello World, but as we go along, this will become increasingly important. So let's learn good habits now. So we have just done this. We have created a message box that says Hello World. If you like, you can pause the program and do this now. For homework, you'll have to do this, and you'll also have to create a message box that says goodbye memorization. This time there is nothing to copy verbatim, so you will have to use the skills learnt in this video to complete this task. It's very important that you learn how to do novel things, because that is how you learn. You do not learn computer programming from watching videos or reading books. You learn from trying it yourself. So please go and do this now.